I'm going to do whatever I can to make this a place where I want my daughter to grow up.
It's a pretty good town.
It's got this great little vibe going on, and it's on the rise.
I think that's about the best thing I've ever seen in my life is the police department, because they have a good police department.
The city's been great too, real easy to deal with, a lot of great people, a lot of hard-working people that really are trying to help build business down here.
Because it's diverse, it's not all tricked out, it's vital, it has real people working every day very hard.
I can just go out of my workplace down to the stream and get my fly rod out and have a very nice fishing day right here in town.
There's a lot of friends here in Gardiner, South Gardiner and Gardiner. It is really a lot of nice people. Very, very nice people.
The thing I treasure the most about the town is its history and the library, in the fact that the library really is keeping that history alive.
Anyone would be amazed at what you would find walking up and down Water Street from one decade to the next.
You had ice cutting out of the river. That river ice was sent to China.
There were sawmills and lumber mills and paper mills up and down Cobbessy.
I grew up around Gardiner. We used to come down, do school shopping, you know, get our school clothes and shoes.
I swear there were 4 different shoe stores right on Water Street in Gardiner. You could get everything there. I did.
I am surprised when people know about Heart and Soul.
Well, I've never known about this Heart and Soul company.
No, I have not heard of Heart and Soul, but it sounds like a very good club.
I hadn't heard of them until someone come with a poster asking me to put a poster up in the window. The stickers, that was a wonderful thing. They were plastered all around town.
Heart and Soul is a 4-phase project. So the first 2 phases we've already been highly engaged in, which was just sort of laying the groundwork, getting ourselves organized. And the next phase was called Exploring Your Community. And that phase is about doing the story sharing.
Storytelling means that we go out and we listen to people throughout the community. The responses got put into categories. Things about education, things about history and art and culture, connection to nature, sense of community.
The next phase that we have is the Choose Your Future phase. And so now we've determined these values, these broad values within the community. Now we're going to sort of put those values up against some choices that we'll have in the future.
For instance, if it's education and we value excellence in that and we're not there, then what do we need to do?
And so those are tied into the comprehensive plan. They're also going to be tied into things like our downtown master plan, our waterfront plan, what to do about the Cobbessy corridor. And so these are now coming into clearer into focus. And then the last phase is called Walk the Talk, where we're actually going to take one or more project that's been identified through those previous stages and do them.
The way you craft a comprehensive plan has a lot to do with whether your municipality is eligible for state and federal funding, and since the competition for those grants and funds is so stiff, we want to be very clear about where we're going and how we intend to get there.
There are a lot of people who live in other places around the city that don't usually have a voice in this, and my very fervent wish is to involve them to the point where we hear their voices.
It's already started to create that change in the fact that many people are coming out for the Heart and Soul workshops. I think people are starting to look at Gardiner with a better eye and say, wow, we have beautiful buildings, we have a beautiful downtown, a beautiful waterfront, and people are proud of that. The values are very apparent in Gardiner. We are so lucky to have such a hard-working community. We have 200 years of very hard-working people.
I'd like to see a few more businesses down here.
I'd like to see the arts grow, of course.
Better services for our teenagers. I think we really need to start keeping those kids in our towns, grow them to be our next leaders.
I have another wish, and that is that people will volunteer more.
I really wish that we could be on the river here in Gardiner again, even if we just rode to Augusta.
I'm hoping that South Gardiner residents are going to feel more embraced.
It's supposed to be kind of awesome if they added a roller rink.
I'd love to have a pig roast in South Gardiner, though.
There was a sense that downtowns were just not a place that was happening, and the Gardiner downtown seems to be becoming a place that is happening.
As a lot of people who live here for a very long time will say, oh, I live in Gardiner, Maine. Now I hope after this process is finished, they'll say, wow, I live in Gardiner, Maine.